Hey guys, TortureBot here. Recently, your MK Arcade Source on YouTube, a lot of you Mortal Kombat fans know of him. He's all about Mortal Kombat. Got 1 through 4 arcade machines in his house, all into arcade machines and all. He posted up some videos recently of the EJB menu. It's a secret menu that can be accessed in part 1, 2, 3, and I think Ultimate 3 Mortal Kombats. And he listed up the sequence of button presses that will let you access those menus if you do them correctly. And I think originally somebody had posted them on a site back in October 2015, but he was the first fella to put up a video showing how to access them and what the menus consisted of. And they have a lot of cool things in there. You can watch, like in Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate, I think you can watch fatality demonstrations. You can watch character endings and look at audit screens. You know, lots of stuff. You can do even some diagnostic stuff that normally you couldn't do as just a user on the machine. Well, you can access that even if you don't have any coins in the machine, if you do the sequence correctly and you know you're in the arcade or anything. If you would have found that, you know, years and years ago, a lot of people said that that would have been incredible, but they said you know, it's not, you know, that useful. It's not like you can get, you know, Freeplay turned on or anything like that. But I was tinkering around with my Mortal Kombat 2. This is a dedicated machine here. Nothing hooky or funny about it. And excuse me if we're going out of focus here. Sometimes this thing loses focus. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to access the EJB menu on Mortal Kombat 2 here. And this works in MAME also. I have tested this in MAME and it does work. But let me see if I can get this button sequence. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but we're going to try it. Okay, got it. Got lucky, first try. But anyway, let's take a look here at our options. Okay, like I said, this is factory 3.1 version Mortal Kombat 2. This does have the kind of the secondary board that has extra ROM chips on it. You can get Mortal Kombat 2 in another flavor that's just all on one board, except for, you know, of course, the extra soundboard that both of them, you know, attached to with the ribbon cable and power cable and all. But this is version 3.1. I assume it would work in the other versions of Mortal Kombat 2 unless you had a really early version I'm not sure about. But I do know that version 3.1 that I tried in MAME, it seems to be working fine. You can do this same trick in there, and hopefully no operators get mad about this. And just want to show you that this works. It works in Mortal Kombat 2. I have tested it, and it works in Mortal Kombat 3, well, Ultimate 3. I have not tested it in Mortal Kombat 3 Standard because I couldn't get it to run on my version of MAME. And just to let you know, the only dedicated machine that I have tried this on is a Mortal Kombat 2, which I have right here. I do think this will work in Mortal Kombat 3. I do think it will work in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I know it works with the ROMs in MAME in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It does not work. This trick does not work in Mortal Kombat 1 through MAME, and I doubt it on the actual hardware. I do have the actual machine behind us right here, Mortal Kombat 1, but my monitor's out on it, and I haven't got a chance to fix it yet, so I'll be trying that in the future. But right now, we've accessed the EJB menu, as you see right here, EJB, and you've got different things you can do. You can go down through here and look at coin bookkeeping things, game audits, volume adjust. You can enter your initials and let it put it in the high score list and stuff. Look at character endings, the little bios on the characters. Look at the little hello screen that, you know, gives some shout outs to people that I guess Ed Boon knew. And you know, you can do these diagnostics. Well, go into the diagnostics. Okay, you've got diagnostics here. You've got switch tests, DIPSWITCH tests, CPU board tests, soundboard tests, monitor patterns, and return to main menu. Okay, this is where the trick comes into play. I've looked through all these menus, and I don't even know what possessed me. I come in from work today, I turned this machine on, and I figured this out in like 5 minutes, just goofing around. And I wasn't even looking for anything. I just noticed something. Okay, go down to your CPU board test and activate it. When you activate it, you don't have to let the CPU board test complete. You can back out of it by pressing the start button and holding it down, or you can let the test complete. It doesn't matter, whichever one you do. I believe this is an error or something. I think that was probably in the programming, and somehow it was missed in parts 2 and 3 in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I'm assuming in part 3. I know I've tested it in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and the ROMs and MAME, but somehow this trick, it doesn't work in Mortal Kombat 1, and I don't know if it's something, you know, something that they broke when they were doing these menus in part 2 and 3 or what, but it only happens when you run the CPU board test. Now we'll activate it, and it starts doing the CPU board test. Now you can let this play all the way through, and it will work, or you can stop it early, and I'll just stop it early. It starts, you know, checking the ROMs, and it'll throw up a message saying hold the start button to exit. So we're going to hold the start button to exit. Okay, we did that. Now it looks like we went right back to our menu, but the thing is, check out the menu. You've got one more option here. It's called burn-in test. Now you can rewind the video and look, but the burn-in test was not there before. The EJB version of this menu does not have the burn-in test. What has just happened is it's kicked us out of our CPU board test, and somehow it has reverted back to an actual operator menu. This is a menu that you can access by pressing the button inside the machine. And if you press that button inside the machine, it will go to you know, the menu we're about to revert to. We're going back down to return to main menu. Now see, this burn-in test option is not here if it's the EJB menu. We have actually jumped back out somehow, and we're in the actual operator menus. Watch us hit return to main menu. Okay, now look, some of our options that were in the EJB menu are not there, and it doesn't say EJB menu up top anymore. But we do have something very crazy. We have game adjustment and utilities. What the heck? Game adjustment and utilities. You can go in here and set Freeplay now. You can turn Freeplay on. We just turned Freeplay on this machine. It's on. You could go in and you can set your computer difficulty. It's already set to very hard here. It's what I usually play on. You can do anything. You can even go to utilities. And God forbid, don't do this if you're in an arcade. You know, you can show it as a trick, but you know, you might kind of piss some people off, you know, but I don't know. Here it is, this information, you know, use it however you will. Hopefully operators will patch this through some ROMs or something other like that if they don't want people doing this. But, you know, you can go in here and you can clear everything. You can clear everything. You can do a full factory restore on the machine by going through this menu now. And it's just like you press the button on the inside. And that would basically set everything back to the factory, you know. I mean, you have access to everything now. And this is all because of the code that allows you to get into the EJB menu. We just set it to Freeplay. And when I started this up, you notice it said that Freeplay was off. Now it's on. We're going to exit. Now, the only way we've got into this menu, we haven't opened the machine at all. We've just pressed the button sequences. Now, we're back in the game, right? Okay. I should not be able to hit the start buttons and start a game without putting coins in. There's no credits in here. I just started a game. Both players. So we're on Freeplay. Should not be possible. But it is. We're going to let it time out. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to continue this video. I'm going to show you a few things on the main cab. I'm going to show you that this works on the main cab. I'm going to show you it does not work on Mortal Kombat 1 on the main cab. And I'm going to show you it does work on Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on the main cab. Stay tuned. Okay guys, we're at the MAME cab, and if you guys are following my MAME cabinet build, I do not want to spoil too much about the MAME cab. It is running and practically finished now, so you do have a lot of videos to catch up on before you get to this point. I'm not going to show you the control panel or anything, I'm just showing you the screen right now. Let me see if I can set this camera. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. But what we're going to do here, I haven't got all my ROMs just like I want them in here, but we're going to see if we can find, let's see. See if we can go to the Mortal Kombats here. And I'm running a pretty old motherboard and all in here. I can't run every game, and even some of the Mortal Kombats don't run at full speed. But I just want to show you the trick that we just did. I want to show you in Mortal Kombat 2, does work in MAME, revision 3.1. Just showed it on the screen there. But hopefully this will focus. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. Pretty blurry right now. Come on, focus. Let me zoom in. There we go. When these screens change, this thing loses focus. I need to put it in a manual focus or something. But anyway, let's see if we can get into the EJB menu. Didn't do it first try. Let's try it again. Second try, still didn't get it. Timing's a little different on MAME because MAME emulates at a slightly different speed. Sometimes it emulates slightly slower if you have a slower computer like what's in here. So let's try it again. There we go. 4 tries or so. Okay. Anyway, we're in the EJB menu now. As you can see here, EJB menu looks exactly the same as what we were just on. See, you've got special things like hello, enter initials, and stuff like that, character endings. We're going to go again into diagnostic tests. Okay, here's the same test we had. Notice that we do not have the burn-in test underneath monitor patterns there. So watch this. We're going to skip down, and I'm going to give you a warning right now. If you go into switch test in Mortal Kombat 2 under MAME, at least this version of MAME I'm running, and with this ROM, this 3.1 ROM I have, if you try to exit out of that switch test, it will screw up, and it's like the ROM, it'll never let you go back to the game. I don't know if it's an error with this version of MAME or the ROM I've got or what, but I know Mortal Kombat 2, when I did that, through the EJB menu at least, it screwed up and you couldn't do anything until you exited the ROM and then reran it again. So I'm not going into switch test. This is when I was doing some testing earlier. So we're going into CPU board test, activate it. Same thing we had on the dedicated machine in the next room. It's doing its little check of the circuit board. You can let it finish or you can stop it early. I'm going to go ahead and let it finish this time just to show you that it does work without stopping the test, you know, prematurely. So we're just going to let it check all the ROMs. And this version 3.1 is based off of a board. This ROM came off of a board, it looks like, that didn't have the secondary board with the extra ROMs. If you notice the images, if you look earlier in this video, mine and there, the factory one, actually had the extra ROMs. Okay, see, we're back here and notice the new option, burn-in test. Okay, we're no longer in the EJB menus. We're in the actual operator menus. So we go down to return to main menu, and look, it took away the EJB, no EJB up here, no EJB options. This is the actual operator menu. So you can do the same thing. Go down to game adjustments, turn on Freeplay if you want to, set difficulty, whatever you'd like to do. Go into utilities. You can do any kind of resets you want. You could, you know, clear out the game audits. It gives you the little warning screens, all this stuff. Anything that you want to go back to, if you want to restore default adjustments, or heaven forbid, like I said, if you do this out somewhere on a location that is running one of these machines, you could do a full factory restore. So, you know, try not to get into too much trouble with that. But we're not in the 90s anymore, so I doubt that's going to happen too often. But anyway, it works. Mortal Kombat 2, return to main menu. Okay, we're going to go out of this and go back to the hyperspin menu. Okay, and let's run Mortal Kombat 1. I'm going to run Mortal Kombat 1 here. Let me pull out my cell phone to get these button press codes or sequences, because I can't remember them by heart all the time. This one's slightly longer. It requires a little bit more shifting out and back. It's player 1 block 5, player 2 block 10, player 1 2, player 2 1, player 1 2, player 2 3, and player 1 4. So a little bit more aggravating. I think I can get it. Let's see, 5 10 2 1 2 3 4. Nope, messed it up. Got it. Okay, like I said, I'm not the fastest in the world. Okay, we're getting some blur. See if I can get this to come back into focus here. All right, there we go. So as you see, EJB menu, right up here, revision 5.0 T unit. So this is working, this is happening in the T unit board, Mortal Kombat revision 5.0. I think I have the Y unit in my dedicated arcade machine in the next room. Like I said, my monitor's out right now. I need to put any flyback in it. Haven't done that yet. I will test that in the future. But I'm showing you this just to show you that this doesn't seem to work on this. You still have little things like the hello, the enter initials, the character endings, and all that. And you can go to the diagnostics. And I've went through here and pretty much tested all this. But if you go down to CPU board test, what happens is no matter whether you end it early or if you let it end itself, after the CPU board test, this actually exits all the way back to the game. Now we'll just sit here and let it completely finish. And just trust me, if you exit it early, it's going to do the exact same thing, at least in MAME. Now, I'm telling you, this is in MAME, not the dedicated machine. I believe it'll probably work the same. But see, it goes right back to the game. So you can't use this trick in Mortal Kombat 1. I want to see if I can get this sequence one more time. All right, first try that time. That's a little better. Let's see. Go to diagnostic test, CPU board test. Now this time we're just going to end it early, just to show you it doesn't make a difference here. And we'll just wait till a little message comes up. You can start before that and usually it works. So we'll just hold, okay, you just have to press it basically. And it just exits out of the test. But anyway, it doesn't work in Mortal Kombat 1 as far as I know. Anybody find it working on a dedicated arcade machine, any revision of the board, T unit or Y unit, hey, put up a video, especially your MK Arcade source. I know you've got lots of resources, boards, and your dedicated machines. Try it and see if you find anything out different. We're going to exit out of this, go back to Hyperspin, and I cannot get, in this version of MAME, I can't get Mortal Kombat 3 to load. I don't know what it is. It tries to load up and then won't load. I haven't figured that out yet, but you can get Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 to load. Let's see. Let's see, Ultimate, where you at? There we are. I can get Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 to run okay. So we're running out on the MAME cab. Like I say, it is MAME, not the dedicated machine, but I guarantee you this is probably going to work on a dedicated machine. Your MK Arcade source, maybe you'll show that on one of your dedicated MK3 or Ultimate MK3 machines. One day maybe I'll have one of those. But anyway, here we are. This is a much harder sequence, and I guarantee you it's going to take me ultimate effort to get this one right. I have a hard time with this one. Let's see. It's 5, 10, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. 5, 10, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Nope. I knew I messed that one up. Try it for the third time. I thought I got it in. Got it. Ugh. Good gracious. That's tough. Okay, let's see. Got a lot more options here. Got the, I guess that's the Galaga. I hadn't even tried that out, to be honest. Fatality demonstration, I looked at that a little bit earlier. But check it out. We're going to go into diagnostic tests. I really did not think this was going to work until I tried it. I'm like, no way, it's just some kind of glitch in Mortal Kombat 2. But check it out. CPU board test. Now notice, we were in the EJB menu. You could roll back about 20 seconds and you'll see it up here, EJB menu. It doesn't show it on diagnostic test screen, but that's what we're in because there is no burn-in option there under monitor patterns. But we'll go to CPU board test. And I hope this is still in focus. I haven't looked back at the camera for a second. Okay, it's doing the board test now. Now I'll show you. I will stop the board test early. I'll hold down the start button. Now look, we go back and guess what's there? Burn-in test. So we are in the operator menus again. Go to the return to main menu. Check it out. We've got game adjustment. We've got some of the options we had before, but we were losing a lot of the, fatality demonstration, all that kind of stuff, and the Galaga game is not there. But we've got game adjustment. You go in here, look, you can go on Freeplay, man. If you wanted to use the utilities and do a full factory restore, yes, you could do it. But, you know, like I say, don't be too bad, people. We're going to go ahead and exit the test menu again, go back to the main system, see if I can pull this off again just to show you that if you don't end that CPU board test early, it will still work. Let me look at this sequence again. This is really tough. I'm not as young as I used to be. 5, 10, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Thought I got it. Let me slow down a little. Still didn't get it. Nope, messed that all up. Very hard. A couple more times I'll try. Got it. Gracious. It's really hard. Okay, go back into our diagnostic test. Go to CPU board test. We're going to let it completely finish. And I guess to completely, I don't know, test this thoroughly, you would probably want to back completely out of the ROM, to hyperspin and rerun the ROM. I really think it's going to be the exact same results we're watching here, but we're going to let all these chips test. Looks like this is going to end up being about a 20-25 minute video when it's over with, but it's pretty cool. And you know, guys, confirm this for yourself. Try it out in MAME, different versions of MAME, different ROMs. You know, if you got dedicated machines, try it out, see what you can figure out. Okay, diagnostic tests. See, we got the burn-in test now, and we didn't have that. Go back to return to menu, and got game adjustments again. So you can do the Freeplay, change that if you want to. Any of the other stuff, do your utilities, full factory restore, whatever you want to do. Got access to all of it with no coins whatsoever. Should work on the actual dedicated machine. Like I say, somebody confirm that for me, please. Really do think it will work. Well, guys, it's been fun. Hope this little trick has entertained you. And, you know, confirm or deny. Let me know some stuff about this, what you guys find out. Catch you later.